Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Treehouse. This is actually the last one sitting in my fridge. This is Catharsis, an American porter. So I actually saved this one because I had some porter sitting in the fridge, planning to, I did a Battle Beers, and that had been sitting in my fridge, and I wanted to have that in a similar time, just so that I compare and contrast. And so now we have it. So this was canned, oh wow, quite a while ago, 6 months ago, but I've kept it in the fridge 5 months ago. 6 months ago, yeah, I kept it in the fridge. And so this is an American porter. Just reviewed a few of the classics. I did Anchor, Founders, and Sierra Nevada. So why not try this one? They say it has notes of cocoa powder fudge, and this is, well, anyway, the words have changed compared to the Untapped. They say this is their modern take on American porter, so I'm very curious about that. So first off, we'll say this beer is very dark. It definitely doesn't come off like two of the ones in the Battle Beers. It's more like Founders Porter. It's a very dark beer. Really comes off more like one of their milk stouts or something like that. Very stout kind of characteristics to it. It is dark. It's black. Has a pretty deep brown head on it. Has no appearance of any porter I've seen. On the nose, yeah, the inspiration is definitely more of a modern American porter, aka Founders Porter. It is roasted. It is cocoa. It is baker's chocolate. It is that kind of pine edge to it. So it almost leans like, honestly, the aroma is a little bit more like black IPA with a lot more malt character to it, but it's quite hoppy. It smells awesome. Cheers. Have a little bit chilled. Yeah. So there's definitely a treehousey thing to this beer. It has the similar malt profile of, what am I thinking about? Just like their 5 to 7% stouts. It just has that, like, even though this is not lactose addition, those beers are so rich and decadent. There's a rich layer of malt character to this beer. And it is layered of like chocolate, Oreo cookie, sort of like has like almost like a little bit of vanilla note, so almost reminds you of like a Haagen-Dazs kind of ice cream bar, right? So chocolate, maybe a little bit of nuttiness, vanilla on the inside, chocolate on the outside. But this beer defines itself as being quote unquote American porter in the sense that it does have hoppiness to it. I smelled it on the nose. Founders is way hoppier than this. This one leans a little bit more decadent. Honestly, this would be a hard one to pick down. Like, what style is this? I'd say some would think that this might be hoppy milk stout, because it just has that kind of vanilla sweetness in the middle. So honestly, it tastes a little bit more like milk stout than it does American porter. Almost tastes a little bit like chocolate stout compared to American porter, or chocolate porter. It's just so characterful with the malt. And there is that piney kind of like classic porter bitterness that helps dry it out. Not quite classic. The porters Anchor Sierra are way lighter than this. The only comparable beer again is like a non kind of traditional American porter, which would be Founders Porter. And this plays in like just more decadent realm. Honestly, I like it because it's just like richer. It's bolder, less hoppy. At least it's less hoppy in its perception, right? Because it's so rich in the kind of like signature malts that they use and the malt bill that they built for many of their delicious beers. So just think of one of like the 5 to 7% Treehouse stouts. No lactose, no coffee, no nothing. And then just a little bit hoppy. It really tastes like that. So quite delicious. Very, very delicious. Dare you say this is one of the best porters out there? Yeah, I mean, Everett's definitely up there. Everett is absolutely fantastic from Hill Farms Den. And I haven't had that beer in years, but this is absolutely fantastic. 95? Yeah, 95. That is Catharsis from Treehouse. Check it out. It's absolutely delicious. If you like porter, this is going to be quite different, but doesn't remove the fact that it's delicious. Doesn't really fit in the style, in my opinion, maybe, but they call it a modern American porter. Why not? Play with what you will. Cheers. Later, guys.